tough side laning opponent because you have the 1-3-1 Genji can set up here. If you fall behind at any moment in the early mid here as BRION, I think this comp might just fall flat on its face.
I agree. I think that it's a bit of a worry. The other thing that's really cool about if they had have gone towards that Syndra pick, you can pick up and throw around the turrets. That's a bit of fun.
Yeah.
You know, the Heimerdinger value goes down just a little bit if she is picked up. Also, ultimate not very high value into the Sylas. Can run into some problems in the mid game. Interesting. We didn't have the little zoom in of our teams in the fountain. We instead just got straight into the action. Kind of cool, you know. It reminds me of the old times.
Yeah. Somebody may have, you know, botched the recording or something like that, but I like to think that it was an intentional choice just to remind everyone of the old glory days.
Yeah, me too. Well, Pace gonna get a bit of damage here. Is okay. All right, effort. All right, Delight definitely wanting to get this ward. They will be able to do so. They'll sacrifice a bit of their health bars to do it.
Yep.
Effort will have that mantra back off cooldown pretty dang soon.
It will soon, and building up some of that damage here early on, as will be the Scorch on the Karma, of course. Aftershock here for the Sejuani, so it can get more into the thick of things. And it's that first strike variation with Dematerializer that we've seen so much for rushing out the Rod of Ages as soon as possible, the magical footwear.
Yep. Well, alongside this Karma so far in the early game, but really not a whole lot to talk about when it comes to any advantages or anything like that. Bit of a gentleman's agreement between the two squads.
Yeah, you know, normally in the old days, a game state like this, we wouldn't start talking about how it's calm at 5 minutes. It's still pretty early, right? But with Lucian Nami and the level 3s we've seen all season long, nothing's happened by 5 minutes. Everybody's got summoners. Kind of like, man, what a slow one.
Yeah, it definitely is. As Chovy 25-8 on the Sylas so far. Has always absolutely loved melee champions just in general, and Sylas is one that he's had a lot of success with in the past, as the stats do let us know. Very cool to see him back on it one more time. We know as well that he's been pretty outspoken, saying that Azir is pretty boring and he doesn't like it at all. So good to know that Chovy's happy on this side of the matchup.
Peanut here, knows Umpty's nearby because of that control ward that was just cleared, and I don't think they can start this one up, I'm afraid. Umpty's taking a bit of damage here. Peanut just lurking around.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of shadowing here. He's going to be able to come through, clear out some vision. You can see Rocket actually just barely landing. Pays decides to take the W from now.
Peanut's one of those jungle players that, you know, I kept calling him the brain jungler last season because he was just so smart. His pathing was incredible. This is another example of one of those games where he takes Krugs away top side, is communicating well with Chovy so they can make sure that play is safe, knows the control ward that he dropped is probably going to get cleared, but he's willing to make the investment just so he can be their bottom side, track where Umpty is, and then potentially set up for a gank if Henna and Effort try to play aggressively there around that Drake. They can't take the Drake, can't push the lane. Going to take a back timing here now. Chovy, or rather Peanut, playing this very aggressively in the early game, but not in a ganking sort of way, just with a aggressively getting information type playstyle here.
Yeah, it's like aggressive surveillance.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing at the moment, but not actually finding anything to separate these two teams any significant amount. As Doran not actually going to spot Umpty moving over here just yet. There's the flash. His counter-strike was held very, very nicely to make sure that Riposte didn't get anything done. The Dragon is going to be taken there by Genji. The flash expended from Doran. So I guess you could say if there's a return gank onto Doran, maybe it is something that can be equalized by Bro. Okay, Peanut, right? Cease and desist is going to come in there as now Effort trying to get out. Chovy looking to make his way in, lands the chains. Emperor's Divide is going to push him all the way under the turret though, and the first blood will go to Peanut. Karis goes down as well. It's a double. Meanwhile, on the top side of the map, Doran solo kills Morgan.
Yeah, flashless Doran just gets the kill up there top side. Morgan must have been pretty low and ends up getting caught by a riposte. I have to imagine we'll see what happens in the replay. This is definitely an exchange that favors Gen G. This is the timing where Catalyst gets picked up here for Chovy on that back timing, in the Death Chamber back timing, but it's actually like he's not losing too much from this. His teleport's coming up here fairly soon, and Gen G are now looking to take this Herald. So both objectives going in their favor. Massive gold lead picked up here too.
Oh yeah, this is huge. Morgan going to dive into the pit as Peanut's very low. He's going to be taken out immediately. Eye is secured by Doran as he's now looking to try and get out. Not going to be able to do so as Permafrost comes in. So 2 kills for the secure of the Eye.
And both
opportunistic,
of them,
one could say.
Yeah, and both of them go to Morgan. So Gen G felt like they had enough space here to actually pull this off. But Chovy isn't back to lane just yet. His TP, as I was mentioning, is just coming up, so he can't instantly go back. So we're going to watch this solo kill here. Yeah, like I mentioned, he's pretty low. And then, yeah, Counter-Strike here, not going to do you any favors. Doran kills him with the ult.
Yeah, doesn't flash, so just a little bit biting off more than they could chew on the side of Gen G. However, they're still with a slight advantage. There's Peanut getting himself over here, stays out of vision. As Morgan still hasn't flashed. Has a slight CS advantage, though, after those couple of kills.
Trying to keep this wave in a nice spot here towards his turret.
Oh, dear. Okay.
Instant reaction there after he drops the ward. You'll pay that ward.
Absolutely. That's a high-value ward. Yeah. Does immediately turn into money for Doran. But Morgan is going to say, thank you for allowing me to keep my flash, Mr. Ward.
Yep.
As Peanut is just thinking about doing it again. Umpty clearing out vision. So they know exactly what's going on. Counter-Strike going to be used as now Peanut makes his way forward. The Grand Challenge has been issued. We'll see whether they can actually get it, and they do. But the Fiora already falls down, and Umpty is going to allow that 1-for-1 to happen.
I think this might actually just be a pretty significant edge here for Morgan in this trade, because that's his 3rd kill now on this Jax. I mean, he has a lot of money.
Yeah.
He's going to be a side lane.
Not exactly something that Chovy wants to hard commit for.
Nope. And they will actually wrestle control away of this zone, have the Drake Cryo with a Heimerdinger. And Bro are really trying to set up these rushes where they punish somebody, but it's not that kind of comp yet, unless it's a Heimer.
Exactly right. Deadly Flourish is going to help lock Dolite down even further. Emperor's Divide comes in, but it's a little late to save the little Yordle. And Bro are going to pick up yet another kill. The Dragon now going to be something very difficult for Gen G to take as Chovy makes his way back mid.
Pei's trying to get maybe a plate down here bottom side. Henna taking the long way around because Peanut is still in the area and didn't ult in that exchange. So he has to take a very safe route. So it looks like plate's going down, 2 of them up to here for Pei's. So Pei's getting a lot of extra money out of this, so not the worst case scenario. And it looks like they're going to be able to take this Drake away because Jin has to catch the wave. Kara still has ult, but isn't going to get it further. They're just 2 zoned out, and with Delight rotating back over now. What looked like a pretty disastrous situation objective-wise here for Gen G.
Pretty quickly in favor of Gen G right now. And they have one of these compositions that gets very powerful at about this stage of the game.
Yeah.
You know, 2 item spike for Pei's, very, very large. Chovy, as soon as he picks up his Zonya's, extremely strong. As Umpty's going to get turned on there. Cease and desist, the chains will connect as well. The ult comes through from Delight, and that's going to help secure the kill as Pei's picks it up.
So
Gen G, another one.
So much single target damage here for Gen G's comp too. If you actually get the initial lockdown, it's really easy.
Got 30 seconds until we have Ocean Soul Point available for Gen G, or Ocean Soul available for Gen G. As Bro, they don't care about no dragons. They are going straight towards this Baron pit. We might be flipping for the game. I mean, right here at 24 minutes.
What other choice do you have?
Precisely. Morgan's just dead, but Bro are on the Baron. They're not on the Baron anymore. They've left the Baron.
Run!
Inspire Shield comes through as Chovy is hurting them. What? Goodbye, Chovy. Flashes out, says, I don't want to fight 4 people by myself.
There's a lot of CC, and there wasn't really a great way for the rest of the team to follow him without also expending their flashes there. It would have been risky. They would have to use their cooldowns. And the turn could have been there where, you know, you have Umpty and Karis ulting. Henna flourishes. He can do damage from a really far ways away. So Chovy kind of panicking there a little bit like, oh, this might be overzealous, just flashes back. And I respect the choice. Again, Chovy's build and that flash usage are both kind of like hey, we have a massive lead. We could do something amazing. We could do just only the
trouble here, but just going to be able to walk out of the way. Slinks into the brush. Pays not going to be able to face check a Sejuani at all, as Peanut definitely can. Piercing arrow, not going to connect.
Hull breaker for Doran says it's time to break the hull.
I think so. These upended boats that we call turrets certainly going to get destroyed as Peanut. Deadly Flourish does land. Vault Breaker onto Humpty. Trying to get some work done here, but doesn't really work. Arctic Assault, very similar to Vault Breaker, and was utilized nicely there to lock him down. But he's still above 50% health. Humpty cannot boast the same thing as he just explodes. The Vi picks him up, sees an assist. Going to be used onto Carrots. It's a double kill already for the jungler. Chovy picks up one. And now Doran and Morgan fighting once again. The lunge comes through. 3 kills for Gen G. They'll go to the Baron. And I think this game's basically done and dusted. Wolf?
Yeah, I think it has been for a while. And what did we say before we got into this game? We
Giga
said, well, we did say that. We also said Bro Lever a few times. Bro Memento,
yep.
Bro Momentum. Maybe stifled here because this composition from BRION from behind really falls flat on its face. And that is, those are the words we said right before we booted into the game. And that is exactly what happened in the game.
Good little flash there from Doran, but did need to do it. Morgan, pretty powerful right now. Doesn't really affect the game state whatsoever. And you're exactly right, Wolf. It's looking very dire. 12,000 gold. Is that really going to stop Bro trying to fight for the victory? Absolutely not. That is just not the team that they are.
Not even an Elder Flip can save you in this game, I don't think.
Ooh. I don't know. But yeah, I think maybe you're right.
The one who, the guy who designed the Elder Dragon is like, well, you can't say that. I'm like, no, in this case I can say it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Any game is flippable. No, not this one. Yeah, this is just, there's not even much to say here. It's tragic because there's a lot of chase in this comp. There's pick potential. BRION have no items. You can't just let them take the Baron for free. All
right, so Gen G are a little bit far ahead. They're a little bit far ahead. I'll give you that. We're focusing on the next game. This is BRION downloading their opposition, making sure, because of course, it's a best of 3, right? You know, if you get enough information on the weaknesses of your opposition in game 1, use that to win games 2 and 3. I'd say it's 100% worth it.
Dinah gets blue side, maybe gets to play Lucian.
Hey, there we go. There we go. Chovy looking to dash out of the way of this one. 4 members are here, but he goes golden. Azonya's going to be employed beautifully. The Varus picks up the Azir on the back end, and Chovy is still alive. He connects another chain onto Umpty. It's a double kill for Pays. Henna is running for his life, but the challenge has been issued, and it's not even much of one of those. Gen G will now barrel down mid lane. And I don't know who you're going to vote for as far as POG. Maybe it's Peanut?
Yeah.
Probably Peanut.
It's Peanut. I put him down. I mean, he had such a great early game, and his shot